973 career goals. 5 Champions Leagues. 5 Ballon d'Ors. Cristiano Ronaldo has won almost everything a footballer can win, except the one trophy that defines immortality. This summer, at 41 years old, he walks into his 6th World Cup. It is almost certainly his last. And for the first time in his career, Portugal aren't plucky outsiders. The bookmakers have them among the favourites. This is the story of everything he's won, the one thing he hasn't, and an honest answer to whether the greatest ending in football history is actually possible. It starts on Madeira, a small Portuguese island in the Atlantic. Born in 1985, the son of a kit man and a cook, Ronaldo left home at 12 to join Sporting Lisbon. He cried himself to sleep in the academy dormitories. By 18, he had tormented Manchester United so badly in a friendly that their own players begged Sir Alex Ferguson to sign him on the flight home. United paid just over £12 million in 2003. It might be the greatest bargain in football history. In Manchester, the skinny winger with the stipovers turned himself into a machine. 3 Premier League titles in a row. An FA Cup. 2 League Cups. And in 2008, the Champions League, with Ronaldo scoring in the final in Moscow. That same year, at 23, he won his first Ballon d'Or as the best player on the planet. Then Real Madrid came calling. Madrid paid a world record £80 million in 2009, and what followed may never be repeated. 450 goals in 438 games, the most in the history of the biggest club on earth. 2 league titles in the era of peak Barcelona and Messi. 2 Copa del Rey. And for more Champions Leagues, including 3 in a row, something no club had done in the modern era, with Ronaldo top scoring in the competition season after season. For more Ballon d'Ors. By the time he left in 2018, the debate about Real Madrid's greatest goalscorer was over. The numbers had ended it. Then Juventus, and 2 Serie A titles in Italy. A second spell at United. And since 2023, Al Nassr in Saudi Arabia, where, deep into his 40s, he is still scoring at a rate most strikers in their prime would envy. As of this month, his career total stands at 973 goals. No player in history has more. The mythical 1,000 is genuinely within reach. But to understand Ronaldo, you have to understand what Portugal means to him. Go back to Paris, July 2016. The final of the European Championship against France. 25 minutes in, his knee gives way. Carried off on a stretcher, in tears, in the biggest match of his international life. What happened next became legend, Ronaldo on the touchline, screaming instructions, gesturing, living every second like a second head coach. Eder scored in extra time. Portugal were champions of Europe for the first time ever. Since then he's added 2 Nations League titles, in 2019 and just last summer, in 2025, when Portugal beat Spain in the final. His international numbers are simply untouched, 143 goals for Portugal, the most any man has ever scored for any national team, across more than 2 decades and more caps than any male player in history. He has scored in 5 different World Cups, no one else has done that. And yet, he has never even played in a World Cup final. Portugal's best finish in his era, a semi-final, 20 years ago, in 2006. So here is the real question, can they actually win it this time? And for once, this is not hopeful talk. The bookmakers have Portugal at around 9-1, tied with Brazil, behind only Spain, France and England. That's roughly a 10% chance, 5th among 48 nations. And the squad justifies it. This is arguably the deepest team Portugal have ever sent to a tournament. Bernardo Silva, Bruno Fernandes, Rafael Leo, Vitinha running midfields. A core that just beat Spain, the world's best team on paper, in a final 12 months ago. The blueprint is already proven, Portugal no longer need Ronaldo to carry them. They need him to finish what this golden generation builds. Which leaves the question nobody in Lisbon wants to say out loud, is a 41-year-old Ronaldo the spearhead of this team, or the handbrake? If the coach gets that balance right, using him where he is still genuinely world class, in the box, on penalties, in the moments that decide knockout football, Portugal can absolutely win this World Cup. And the Golden Boot? Let's be honest, because honesty is what this channel owes you. At 41, even Ronaldo's self-belief runs into mathematics. Kylian Mbappé is in his absolute prime. Erling Haaland is playing his first ever World Cup and has been scoring for fun. Harry Kane remains one of the most ruthless finishers alive. Recent Golden Boots have needed around 6 goals, which means starting every game and going deep into the tournament. An age-managed 41-year-old rarely gets that runway. Realistically? Call it a 5% shot. A long one. But here's the counterpoint. Ronaldo takes the penalties, and deep tournament runs always bring penalties. He needs just 1 goal to extend his record to 6 different World Cups, something that may never be matched by anyone, ever. And every goal he scores makes him one of the oldest goalscorers the World Cup has ever seen. Top scorer? Probably not. Scorer of an enormous goal in an enormous match? That is a much, much better bet. Because here's the thing about Cristiano Ronaldo's career. Every single time logic said impossible, the kid from Madeira, the bargain transfer, the broken down knee in a final his team won anyway, he has treated the odds as a personal insult. 973 goals. More than 30 trophies. 1 giant hole in the cabinet. And 1 final summer, in America, to fill it. If Portugal lift that trophy on July 19th, it is instantly the greatest ending any athlete has ever written. So now I want to know what you think. Does Portugal win the World Cup? Does Ronaldo finally get his hands on it, and if he does, is the greatest of all time debate over forever? Tell me in the comments. And subscribe to the Football Vault, because we are covering every twist of this World Cup, every single day.